Now soon afterwards, Jesus went to a town called Nain, accompanied by his disciples and a great number of people. When he was near the gate of the town, it happened that a dead man was being carried out for burial, the only son of his mother, and she was a widow. And a considerable number of the townspeople were with her. When the Lord saw her, he felt sorry for her. "Do not cry," he said. Then he went up and put his hand on the bier, and the bearer stood still. And he said, "Young man, I tell you to get up." And the dead man sat up and began to talk, and Jesus gave him to his mother. Everyone was filled with awe and praised God, saying, "A great prophet has appeared among us. God has visited his people." And this opinion of him spread throughout Judea and all over the countryside. I've heard it said quite recently that Pope Francis is like Jesus. And I smile when I hear this because I'm not sure that Pope Francis would enjoy that because it's got very high expectations attached to it. Pope Francis' likeness to Jesus, I think, is contained in this bit of scripture. Jesus sees someone upset, worried, sad, and he says, "Don't worry, don't be sad." And he leans over and he touches. And isn't that what we see Pope Francis doing all the time? He's always reaching out to children, to the sick, to the elderly, to the disenfranchised, to the refugees. And he's not averse to giving them a hug, patting them on the head, stopping and having a conversation. He is telling us all the time that we must learn to live and breathe and feel the mercy of God. The mercy of God is shown to us in its fullness in Jesus. And this particular part of Luke's gospel, and Luke wrote a gospel for the outcasts and the poor, this part of Luke's gospel shows us Jesus in action, Jesus giving us the mercy of God. If we take time to pray about this and meditate on it, my goodness, what does it ask of each of us? I know that sometimes I'd rather skip over passages like this and have the ones where I go off and pray by myself. Much more comfortable. But actually, we need both. We need the praying by ourselves, but we also need the outreach. And this particular gospel is putting us into a mindset that says we need to go out and be Christ to others. So that's our challenge for this week.